welcome back to another episode of Diaries of a Working Couple. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Chris.
And when I was younger, I used to be able to tell you exactly what color, like the name of a crayon, if you pulled it out of a 64 count Crayola box.
So this isn't even a fact.
This is a fun fact about me.
Yeah, but we can't even test it.
I know, but I'm sorry, but it was...
So we're going to have to trust you now.
You can ask my mom, because I went through this huge phase where I liked coloring. It was relaxing. It was interesting. I'm not artsy. I'm not creative, so I'm not good at... Stop, that's my blankie. So I'm not good at coming up with things, but in terms of like coloring or crafting or something like that, I enjoyed doing that. So I went through this huge phase where all I did was like color and paint and all that kind of stuff. And I would color so much, and I'd use crayons a lot, and I would color so much that I would be able to just look at a color without like seeing the name of it or anything and know exactly what name it was, like the name of the crayon, which for Crayola I find impressive because they're a little...
So what's your top 3 favorite colors?
Cerulean's always been one of my favorites.
Cerulean?
Cerulean.
And what is that actually?
It's like a blue. Like think mermaid blue. Like a deep mermaid blue.
Okay.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Lava's being a little brat. She's begging for
Do you want to come up?
no reason.
Up? You can come up.
Anyway, today is a coffee talk.
In case you couldn't tell.
Yes. We have no topics. We're just going to talk about things that are going on. What are you drinking?
So I tried to make a brown sugar shaken oat milk espresso drink like Starbucks makes, only we don't have oat milk. And I don't have an espresso machine, but I do have a Nespresso machine.
Which makes espresso.
Which does make espresso. So I looked up how to do it at home. And I tried it, and it was not as sweet as I was hoping. So I added some of the cinnamon dolce syrup that we have. And that makes it better. But yeah, that's like my go-to drink at Starbucks right now.
I've noticed you've been going to Starbucks a lot recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is that what you get every time?
Yeah, usually. Well, because I really like their Frappuccinos, but when I go after the gym, I feel very guilty getting a Frappuccino.
Yeah, I would, because the Frappuccino is probably like 1,000 calories.
So I
that
get
totally cancels out anything that happened at the gym.
And so I get the brown sugar shaken oat milk espresso.
Yeah, you left one of those at my parents' house the other day.
And they thought it was yours.
And they put it in the fridge. So
Did they really?
The next time I came over, I took it out of the fridge and I drank some of it. It was a little watered down, but it was still pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's not like overly sweet. But it's not like super coffee-y flavored. I don't know. It's a good happy medium for someone who doesn't like the bitterness of just black coffee.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
I'm struggling over here. I'm drinking black coffee.
And why are you drinking black coffee, dear?
Because I am trying to intermittent fast.
And
so
what brought that on? I know you said it at one point. You're like, I'm just going to start intermittent fasting. But
I just want to lose some weight.
But why intermittent fast? So I've been going to the gym almost every day for the past month.
Yeah,
and
so one thing I noticed last year is that I went to the gym like almost every day for like 6 months and nothing changed. And I think that the reason for that is because I didn't change any of my dieting habits. I just changed going to the gym, and I think it's kind of a combination effort. So now I'm doing the exact opposite, to where I'm not going to the gym, but I am trying to diet somewhat, and I'm seeing if that has any positive effect. It's only been like 4 or 5 days. I have lost like 3.5 pounds, but I think that's like, I think I fluctuate that much anyway. So like, I can't say that anything's working yet.
Well, it probably is. So when you're trying to lose weight, you can't out exercise a bad diet, but if you fix your diet, you don't have to exercise as much to help lose weight. So it likely will work. However, I know, at least for me, I always thought it'd be really cool to intermittent fast. There's no way I can do it because I get hangry.
I feel like you already do it though. Like you go to work. I guess you eat breakfast.
I eat breakfast.
But that's the only thing outside of an intermittent fasting that you do. And your breakfast is pretty healthy. It's usually just a few eggs and a piece of pork roll or something. So like
comparatively.
Yeah.
Like it could be worse.
So what I'm doing right now is a 8-16 split, I guess, or whatever. So like I only can eat during 8 hours of the day, which I think is a pretty like neutral intermittent fast. Like there are people
super, that like
it's not
stringent.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, I was reading on Reddit that like people do like 6 hours or 4 hour periods where they can eat, which pretty means you're limited to one meal.
Yes.
So I don't think I could do that. But I think the hardest part for me of doing 8 hours is that typically we eat dinner so late. So that means I can't eat anything in the morning at all. So like say if we would eat dinner at like 5-6 o'clock every night, then I could have something at like 10 in the morning. But now I start my 8 hours at 12:30, so that way I have until 8:30 to eat. So that morning gap is a struggle.
Yeah, and I mean it would be easier if we could, if you know what I mean, like if I could come home earlier and we could eat earlier. But I don't know.
But it's a fact of life, you know? We can't do that.
Yeah, there was something
Duty
else I was
calls.
gonna say, and I forget what else I was gonna say.
Wow. It's one of those mornings.
It is one of those mornings.
I'm still trying to wake up.
I haven't had my coffee yet, okay?
I'm still trying to wake up.
This is my blankie.
But anyway, I'm drinking black coffee because you're technically the only thing you're allowed to have outside of your fasting period is water, and that's it. So like you can't have cream.
Yeah, so like you can have like black coffee, you can have tea.
Yep. Or water. So like I have no problem except for coffee really outside of the fasting period. Like I typically drink water. I don't typically drink sodas or anything like that. So drinking only water is fine for me. I don't drink tea unless it's like sweet tea, which is not allowed. And then coffee, yeah, I have to drink it black, which I'm actually starting to like.
I married a sociopath.
It's not terrible. I don't know if I could ever drink hot coffee black. Iced coffee, I think just making it cold helps. It just But yeah, wow, Lava is being really rambunctious right now.
Do you want to come up? Come on. Is that what you want? She's eyeing my coffee. Come on, up.
Anyway.
All right, you goober.
So yeah, I started intermittent fasting, and it's going okay. I only broke my fast once so far out of the last week.
I don't know. I think for me, I'd rather... Can I help you? Up?
Okay. Well, then I'm going to keep talking if you're going to keep talking to Lava.
Well, she's talking to me. What do you expect me to do? Yeah. There we go.
So...
All right, she's up. No, I don't know. I feel like just listening to your body and eating when it's hungry is good. Because I know, like, I am very much I will eat because, like, I want to, like, essentially I'm bored. My mouth is lonely and it wants something.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, like, I'll just snack.
I get it. I definitely eat when I'm bored. I mean, I could see the difference when I work in the office versus when I work from home. And when I work from home, I snack so often. And I can't say that it's necessarily because I'm hungry, because when I'm in the office, I don't feel super hungry. So I think it's just, you know,
Habit.
it's available.
Yeah.
It's there. And like, I definitely take a lot more breaks when I work from home just by like walking away from my computer. Usually it's to like pet Lava a few times, or
She's so cute though.
Or I go walk downstairs and grab a cookie or something like that. And
yeah, that's why I started having. I have like a bunch of different flavors of gum at work, so that way when I do hit the feel the need to chew, but I'm not hungry, I have like something I can just chew.
Yeah, I asked you to get me sunflower seeds too, and I think that was pretty decent. I did that one day where I only ate lunch, which I eat like one of these small salads that you get from Giant. They're like prepackaged salads. And I ate that, and then usually I feel a little hungry afterwards, so I just like sat there with a cup of sunflower seeds for a little while. And that seemed to curve my hunger a little bit.
Nice.
So that worked out. I'm going to keep doing that. But yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you updated on the next coffee talk about how my dieting is going. I'm a little worried that when we go to Vegas that I'm going to just totally get rid of it.
That's how I feel about my what's it called? My gym.
I honestly think I can maintain my diet in Vegas though.
I don't.
You don't think I can?
I don't think you can.
Why not?
Well, okay, so let me take that back. No, I don't think you can, because depending on how early we get up, if we're going to like go to a casino or something, they come around with drinks.
Yeah, I didn't even think.
I was going to say that's going to be the hard part. It's not going to be the eating part. It's going to be the drinking, because you're not going to be able to have a Jack and Coke or whatever while you're sitting there playing blackjack if it's earlier than.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
That's going to be the hard part for you.
Yeah, we'll see. I will probably just break it then, though, because I will not turn down a free drink from a casino. But yeah, speaking of that, we're going to Vegas in like 2 weeks, which is pretty exciting. That means that we're probably going to record a few episodes today, so they're going to be a little delayed because when are the Eagles playing the Super Bowl? Oh, that's 3 weeks from now, right?
No.
Or it's 1 week from now?
Yeah. It's,
okay.
So next weekend, a week from today, we'll be preparing for the Super Bowl.
Okay. So, yeah. So, like, we're going to record a few today, though. So, we won't know what the outcome of the Super Bowl is until, like, you know, the podcast will be delayed by a few weeks. But looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, because of the Super Bowl, which we kind of record on Sundays, even though we strive for Fridays, but we never really record on Fridays.
Well, it's hard because Fridays, like this past Friday, we had Sapria over. Fridays is like our go-to social night, because like half the Saturdays I work, and then Sundays I try to reserve for my, I guess you could say, productivity day.
Saturdays?
Sundays.
Oh, Sundays, yeah.
So, like, that's when I do the grocery shopping. I try and get some laundry done. I try and make sure the dishes are all good to go. And because I'm trying to be productive, I'm like, okay, let's record.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, Super Bowl is exciting. Vegas, definitely exciting. I can't wait to go play some games. I've been watching different crap strategies, different roulette strategies.
Roulette strategies?
Yeah.
There's strategies for roulette?
Yeah, so like, for example, I was watching one that was like a cheap man's strategy. So like they're saying like you typically only need to bring $100 to the table, which like all of these, any type of betting strategy, they always have to have some type of bankroll, and it's always more than what we typically bring to a casino.
100%.
So like $100 is reasonable, I guess, but
I don't plan on losing an entire 100 on.
Yeah, so they play black or red.
That's what I do.
But then if that hits, they take both. So now you're playing with the half the casino's money and half your money, right? Because you just won
Right.
double that. So then you play the thirds. So like you get
Okay.
so you play like the first third and the second third, and then if that hits, you're still gaining 1 unit's worth, but
Yeah.
you're technically covering 2/3 of the table.
That is true.
So then like if you lose, then you lose all that money, and then you have to go back to you play black or red, and then if you win once, then you go back to playing more of the table.
Interesting.
So I'm gonna try that.
That's a very interesting strat.
Yeah, and then I saw a cheap crap strategy
Mm-hmm.
the other day that I was gonna send to you because it's something that was easy to play, and it would just get you to sit at the table and watch what's going on.
I kind of like what was it? The Iron Cross or...
Yeah, that's like complicated, but yeah.
What do you mean it's complicated? You play the 5, you play the 6, you play the 8, and you play the field.
Yeah, so the problem with that is that your bet, you're playing 5, 6, and 8, right? So that's, if we're at a $10 table, that's already $34, and then you're playing the field for an extra 10. So you're paying $40 a bet, and then what if, like, if you get an early 7 roll, that just hits so hard. Because
That's true.
I don't know. We'll see. When we went to play craps at Valley Forge after Christmas, their table minimum was 15. So that was just like a little steep to play that strategy because you got to play 36 on the 6 and 8, and then 36, 40, yeah, 50.
Oh no, he's doing math in his head.
Man.
I
Is
can
that
smell the
51?
smoke.
Is that 36 plus 15?
It's 51.
Yeah, 51. So you got to play 51 and then 60. Okay, so $66 to play the Iron Cross on that table.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to be thrown down, especially because we definitely saw some early 7s when we were playing with Zach. So
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's lava.
she's licking
She give mommy
licking
some
Jamie's
kisses.
hand.
She give mommy some kisses.
So yeah, Vegas, super pumped for that.
Did you know it's been 5 years?
Since we went to Vegas?
I think it's either 5 or 6 years since we went to Vegas.
Holy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, during COVID, we wanted to go to Vegas, but the flights were so expensive
Yeah.
because, gas prices went up so significantly, and they still haven't dropped fully, but they're a little better.
Yeah, because that was our first big trip together. I think we started dating in 2017.
Okay,
Is that when Emily and Cyrus got married?
I guess.
I think it was 2017.
It's close to then, yeah. It was close to graduation.
I think it was 2017. Did they get married right after graduation?
Maybe like July of 2017.
Yeah, because they're July.
Yeah.
So I think they were 2017. So that's when we started dating. And then that New Year's was when we started planning our Vegas trip.
Yeah. Vegas was sweet.
So that would have been 2018. So yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, pretty wild.
It was
But
a lot
can't
of
wait
fun.
to go back.
It'll be interesting going post-COVID.
Yes.
Because I don't know what.
So we went
changes they-
pre-COVID.
Yeah, so I don't know what changes they will have made.
Yeah. I think the only thing is I think the dealers still wear masks.
You don't think there's any like glass dividers or anything up?
Oh, maybe.
Because I mean, I know we went. Oh, where did we go? We went to Rivers, right?
Yeah.
And that was.
There wasn't glass. Oh, there was on like
there was
blackjack and
yeah,
stuff.
there were like plastic dividers on some of them.
Yeah. Well, I watched that YouTube channel of the guy at the El Cortez, which is
Yeah.
in Old Vegas, and
Yeah.
they don't have any dividers there
That you can see.
that I can see. But sometimes, so it's like co-run that channel. It's by like this girl and guy, and sometimes the girl does slots and she walks around the casino
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's talking to people, and like you can see. But yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Could
Yeah.
you imagine just walking around the casino all day? Like
Literally
as you're streaming. Like that's just what you do.
I think that guy's job is literally every day he goes to the casino and he plays table games
Like
and
that
slots.
blows my mind.
Yeah, and he usually puts out like, he buys in for like $3,000 or something, and then he either comes a little positive, which like yesterday he won like $10,000.
Yesterday he did well.
But most of the time he loses, and sometimes he loses big. And it's like he has to be recouping that money in YouTube money, and like, people send him live like super chats and stuff to send him money, but like a day, I would say like daily he loses at least $1,000.
Do you think he bases his buy-in on what their
YouTube income is or whatever? No, I don't think so. I think he has like they have like a bunch of extra content that they do for like Patreon or whatever they call it. They call it like a club or whatever. So like I think that every day he shows up to the casino with the same amount of money.
Okay.
And then just whatever he has left over when it gets to 8:00 EST or whatever, that's what he's bringing to the table.
Gotcha. Interesting.
But yeah, so definitely curious to try some betting strategies when we're out there in Vegas.
Yeah, I would like to watch craps. Like I want to play, but I know I'm not a strategist.
But you could literally just play the field, and it's very similar to playing black or red. So you could just put like $10 on the field and see what happens, or you could just play the pass line. So,
but don't you only win on pass if, like? So
you win in the first phase, right, or the come out roll. If they hit a 7 or 11, you win. If they hit a 2, 3, or 12, then you lose. Or if anything else, then it goes to the second phase, where pretty much if they hit the number that they rolled to come out of the come out roll, then you win.
Oh, if it's on, you win.
Yeah, if it's on like a 5 and he rolls a 5, then you win. Or if they roll a 7, then you lose. But like, you could put a $10 bet down on the pass line, and they could roll 15 times before they even have an outcome for your $10.
Yeah.
So like,
that's a lot
it's
more.
It's very minimal money leaving your pocket, and you could sit there and watch and see what's going on.
But it's also minimal gain. But it'd be good to like gain. Learn.
Yeah, but like if you just want to sit there and watch what other people are doing and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, Babu, they missed.
Get comfortable at the table. It's the way to do it. Lava got a haircut.
She did get a haircut, and they missed a spot.
Yeah, I also found a little twig in her ear.
A twig in your ear?
Like a little tiny, like it was probably a quarter of an inch or whatever, and I felt it, and I was like, what the heck is this on her ear?
What are you doing?
And I pulled at it, and I finally got it out, and it was a little twig.
When did you find that?
After she got back from grooming.
But like when? Like was she out roaming through the bushes beforehand? Or
no, this was like right after grooming. After. She came home, and I was petting her head, and I felt the little twig.
Intriguing. I think I'm going to let you talk to Aunt Mary about getting Lava in to be groomed.
I think you would like her.
I think I would too.
She honestly sounds like one of the girls that you listen to their podcast, and I'm trying to think of which one.
Do you know which podcast?
No, we'll talk about it off air because I don't know how to describe her other than.
Oh, okay. So it's
probably who you're thinking of.
I know. Yeah.
Don't even mention. Yeah. Anyway,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, but she was extremely talkative, and like I could see you just sitting there talking to her for like 20 minutes before you drop off Lava. Because
the last time we went to, so we didn't take her to that store. We took her to like their other location, the first times, and that was the only time I've dropped her off where she wasn't shaking.
Yeah, so she's very nice. she has a separate little cage section with like 2 or 3 cages for small dogs.
For little bubbas.
And then they have like a bigger area for big dogs.
For bigger bubbas.
And she had her little Shih Tzu there, and it was a little black boy.
What's his name?
I don't know. I don't remember, but it was adorable. I was just like, that's such a cute dog. And she was excited because she's like, I wanted Susie to meet my little boy. And I was like, oh, that's adorable. So
yeah, but since you're the one who has the inn, I think I might make you set up the
first appointment or something. So when do we need to set that up for?
Like 2.5 months out.
How soon do you call about that?
It depends. Usually when it gets closer towards the holiday season, people are trying to get their dogs groomed a lot more.
We should take a picture of what she looks like now, though, so it's easy to describe to her what we want.
You remember when we got her groomed at, I think it was PetSmart or Pet Value or one of those like big box chain stores where they had like trimmed her ears pretty short. It was like one of the first groomings she got.
Yeah.
And she was pretty short, but you said you really liked the cut, like that cut for her.
I don't know.
So it's like a couple years old, but that's the photo that I used when I
think she looks fine now. We just need to take a picture of it.
She does, cause she's so stinking cute.
If you're watching via video, you can see the little lava.
She says hi.
But yeah, we can call. I'll talk to my mom to see.
Yeah. When does she typically
call, or how far ahead?
Yeah, I mean, usually when you're getting into the summer, I don't. Summer gets a little busy just because it's so hot out. But usually, like Christmas time, like Thanksgiving and Christmas time, you really gotta go. So usually, I try and schedule it. Once I pick her up.
Yeah, she said that she had some space available, especially because she's a little small Shih Tzu. But I told her, I was like, oh, I have a Shih Tzu when I brought Susie in, and she's just like, oh, like, where do you get her groomed? And I was like, oh, like, this is where. And she's like, oh, I'm surprised she doesn't come here. And I was like, well, last time
we tried.
I was like, I tried to get her in, but my mom said that you said you didn't have any openings or whatever. And she's just like, I always have openings for Susie's little friends.
Oh, Susie's little friends. See,
yeah.
That's me.
Maybe her schedule opened up a little bit with this transition to the new location, but
new location.
Because now she's up at the close to the Walmart by my parents' house. Like they're not in Montgomeryville anymore.
That's where how long have they been there? I feel like they've always been there. I never went to the one on 309.
It used to be in Montgomeryville.
Yeah, I never went to that one. Like I'd drive past it, but I think when I called, you know what? You're right. Maybe when I called, they were still there, like at the end of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Bubba. But we'll get you a new friend. Yeah, and she'll give you nice and pretty haircuts.
Yeah. So Supriya came over on Friday, and we had some crazy revelations happen.
Okay, so first, can I interject real quick while you guys were having your amazing, really cool thing? I was having a night.
Hold on. How about I talk about what we accomplished, and then we'll just listen to you drain all the excitement into or from what we did.
It wasn't that I drained it. It was like, you know how you're watching movies and they're like, well, this is happening, and at the same time, this is happening. It was like you had all these really great things, and then
all of our
success, was like a sitcom over where I was.
All of our success was leading to your failure.
It wasn't even failure. It was a night. But yes, talk about what you guys did, because it's really, really cool.
Yeah. So, yes, Supriya showed me this Instagram reel of people 3D printing like objects onto fabric. So for like cosplay and stuff like that, they could print out like spikes onto a piece of fabric, and then they could sew it onto their costumes and stuff like that. So she was super interested in that, and she was just like, "Can we do it?" And I was like, "I don't know, maybe." So we went upstairs and we kind of drew a spike, and then like I learned like how to like shape something that looked kind of cool, which took a little bit of time. But then after I did that, we put like 15 or 16 of them on the build plate, and we tried it. We didn't really have any good fabric, so you like found a random laundry bag that we had from my work gym that I don't go to anymore. So we cut off a piece of that fabric, which is like not what everybody else uses. Everybody else uses like
Tulle.
Is that what it's called? Tulle?
Where it's like super duper thin and it's very like tiny mesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's tulle. A lot of people use it for like petticoats or tutus or stuff like that. So that's, if you're trying to think of what it looks like, think tutu.
Yeah. I don't know anything about fashion or whatever, but I know what you mean by that. But yeah. So that's what you typically use, but we just used this like mesh laundry bag fabric, and it actually printed out on it, and it looks super cool. So I was pretty pumped about that. I love finding other hobbies. Well, not other hobbies, but like I love seeing when my knowledge of 3D printing and stuff like that translates over to a different industry or different type of thing. So like, for example, yesterday I made a disc golf video with 3D printing. So it's like two of my hobbies kind of bled together, and I really like when that happens. So like this is like, Supriya has an interest in, I would say, cosplay or fashion, whatever her interest is there, but it's cool to use things like 3D printing and engineering to like that bleeds into that industry to make cool things. So we had some success.
It was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. We haven't actually made anything that we want to use yet, but I think like,
I mean, that was just a test run, but it was really cool to kind of see how it all came together.
Yeah, for sure. So we know that we have the potential to do it now. So it kind of falls on Supriya now to come up with an idea that's doable. I
don't think you're gonna find one that's not doable.
Yeah, but she wants to do like things like feathers and stuff like that, and I personally just don't have the time to sit there and learn how to draw all these things. I mean, so like if she learns the drawing part, I have the printing part down, we can make it happen.
I think the feathers that you drew for the most part worked, as long as you didn't want them like moving, like if you didn't want them to move with the fabric. Like there are some where it's like if you go like this, like the feathers like go up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as long as you're okay with them laying flat, I don't think you're gonna have an issue with printing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is really cool.
So how about you tell us about what you were doing?
So while they were doing that, I was like, okay, well they're being creative. I should go craft. I have a bunch of stuff I've wanted to craft for a while. The only downside is we had to rearrange our craft room because of Christmas, and we had a leak upstairs in the room, so we had to move everything out of the room.
If anything, it cleaned up that whole room.
It did, but I have not had a chance to reset everything up. So my Cricut wasn't set up. My sewing machine's not set up. Everything's I pushed everything underneath the table. So that way we had enough space to have someone stay there over Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that it didn't clean it up. It's just that it's just very crammed, and I haven't had a chance to like move everything around. So I was looking at everything and I was like, okay, I wanted to make like some shadow boxes with some pictures from our wedding. So I was like, okay, I can do that. So I started working on that. And then I was like, okay, I need a hot glue gun. So we were looking for the hot glue gun, couldn't find it in the office. So I went and started looking through the like baskets and bins that I have, and everything that was organized was like started falling out of its little boxes and bins, and everything just looked like a toddler had like run through it.
I remember where the glue gun went, or I remember what you used it on last. It was your sock thing.
I was going to say my sock thing.
Yeah. So he didn't put it back where it came from.
I gotta figure out where it is, and then we'll go from there. Okay, sir? Okay.
Because it was in the office in a very particular location.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. We'll figure it out.
So you couldn't find the glue gun,
So
which
I couldn't
means you
find the
couldn't
glue
do
gun.
your
Well,
project that
it
you
wasn't
intended.
even that, because I was like, maybe I could use super glue, or maybe I could do something else. But then I started going through the bins, and everything was falling out of the bins that it was in, and it just started becoming a mess, and I was getting super overwhelmed and frustrated, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop before I get angry, and I walked away. And my mom got me this little like crochet like little wooble thing where I can make little like cactuses by either knitting or crocheting them. And I was like, you know, let me take this downstairs, and I'll start working on this. It'll be a lot of fun. And then
a lot of fun, they said.
Then I opened the instructions, and they're on the crochet side, because I was like, I'll crochet it. On the crochet side, there were abbreviations that were being used, but there was no key to the abbreviations. Like, only some of the abbreviations were in the key. So I was like, I don't know what this means to try and even like start a chain.
Yeah.
So I got really frustrated. I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's probably the universe telling me I should start knitting. So I flip it over to the knitting, and they're like, this is how you cast on. And it was literally a picture of a hand with the knitting needle halfway towards it, like pointing towards it. And there was just string wrapped around the fingers and the knitting pole and everything, and no explanation. It was just like a picture and yarn just looped through. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. You could tell this product was purchased from a Chinese manufacturer that did not care much for the instructions, because it was just, the picture of the hand was hilarious. It's like, I don't know.
It literally looked like, think of someone that's about halfway through Cat's Cradle. And
but only half of the hand.
Only
right?
half of the hand, and you just have all of this string just randomly wrapped around it. It looks like it's a big knot.
Yeah.
And so that was frustrating. I was like, you know what? I'm just not, it's too overwhelming. I can't wrap my mind around it right now. I'm just going to sit here and read and like take a breath. So I sat down to read, and then my nose starts bleeding. And I've gotten nosebleeds a lot recently, like way more than normal.
Yeah, something you have to check with your doctor about.
Yeah, it's a little odd, but normally I can feel them when they start. This one I didn't feel. It just like started, and of course I'm wearing a white shirt. So my white shirt starts splotching red. I was like, shit. So I had to run to the laundry room and switch all the laundry so I could throw my white shirt in the wash so it doesn't stain. So then I finally get that all taken care of, put on a different shirt, come back, sit in the library. I'm like, okay, now time to read. And then Lava comes running down the stairs. And she like is super hyper. And I was like, okay, she wants to play. So I get down on the floor with her, and then she starts peeing on the carpet. And I was like, God damn it. So I was like, hey, no, we're done. And so I take her outside so she can finish peeing. And then I'm like, okay, come inside so I can go clean up the library. So then she prances over to our neighbor's yard and starts pooping in the dark on our neighbor's yard. So I have to go clean that up. So I'm like, I have Chris's Crocs on that have like little headlights. And I'm like trying to like find the thing, but I can't find it because the grass is like obscuring everything. So I literally have to take off the like headlight and just shine it down. I was like, I should have just grabbed that thing that your mom got you for Christmas.
Yeah, the Croc headlights are pro.
They're cool, but when it comes to the grass or like any uneven ground, you don't get
you gotta lift one foot up then.
I'm not standing like a freaking flamingo in the dark trying to find out where our dog just pooped.
If you thought it was embarrassing wearing Crocs and walking around, this steps it up to the next level. You put on some headlights on each Croc, and yeah. Are you gonna stop punching the mic, or are you just gonna keep doing that?
I will not. Can't stop, won't stop. So then I finally get that, and I come inside, and I'm like cleaning up the library, and I'm not very happy. Lava just runs back upstairs and goes back to taking a nap. And then Chris and Supriya come down and they're like, all right, we're printing. We think it's working. And da-da-da. And I was like, cool. They're like, how's your crafting going? And I was like, let me tell you. Yeah. So it was very much a sitcom thing where you guys were like doing like such cool stuff and everything was working out for you. And then it flashes over to me and nothing is working.
Yeah.
Nothing was going right.
You were having quite the struggle.
I was having a night.
But then we played Munchkins.
And I
won.
I don't know what it is, but every time we play Munchkins where it's just the three of us, you get whatever card it is that lets you wear as much armor or have as many allies or like your whatever you can use just like compounds infinitely.
Yeah.
And you're just we don't know why and we don't know how.
I was quite powerful.
You were quite powerful.
Even though you tried to steal some of my stuff, I was still quite powerful.
I was trying really hard.
It came down to the end. We thought you were going to win, and we were able to block it.
Yeah.
By, like, one point.
Yeah.
And then I ended up winning. But
you did.
Yeah, pretty epic. It's a fun game.
It is a fun game.
It's a good one. Highly recommend if you're in the board games. It's worth trying. I don't know if Lucia and Michael have played Munchkins.
I don't know. Chi-Chi, let me know.
Yeah. If you're listening, which we think you are.
If she's listening. She listens every Monday night while she's waiting for Michael to get home from the gym.
Really?
She gave me like she sent me this whole Snapchat and she's like, this is when I listen. This is how I listen. And Michael always catches the last end of it. So
nice.
Michael, if you hear us at this point.
Yeah, we're only at like 40 minutes though, which we try and strive for an hour here at Diaries of a Working Couple.
Yeah, because that means I actually have to talk to him for a whole hour.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Today you're going to have to talk to me for like 2 to 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
That's a lot.
I'm going to try and get around to disc golf in today. I'm going to text Ben to see if he wants to go play like Branchwood or something. I have a feeling he's going to want to play like Sellersville, but I really want to play a short course just because I want to practice drawing my putters still.
You should tell him, be like, hey, do you want to just do Branchwood? Like, I want to try my 3D printed disc.
Oh, I don't even want to try that.
Oh.
I just want to try like throwing my actual putters, but like with my new form that I've been working on is what I'm trying to do. But we'll see. It's supposed to be 45 degrees out today, which is actually kind of warm compared to the last few days.
The past couple days have been like single digits when I've been going to work. It's been horrible.
Oh, got another electricity bill. That was quite high.
Yeah, I grabbed the mail earlier when I took Lava
Oh,
out.
Did you open it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not pretty.
I already paid it.
Thank you.
It's just, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was less than exciting.
Between December and January, we spent over $900 on electricity.
It's cold.
Yeah. It's definitely higher this year than it was last year. So they definitely increased their prices, or maybe they fixed our meter outside.
Well, I mean, it's also like additionally.
How many times are you going to punch the mic?
Can't stop, won't stop.
Look. Wait, hold on.
Listen. Okay? But no, I think this year was definitely way colder than last year, though.
Last year we had a month where it was like 2 degrees out.
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, last year we had some cold weeks. I don't know when does winter start here? Because it's cold, but we haven't had any snow yet.
I don't think we're getting snow.
We're not getting any snow this year,
which is sad. Global warming.
Yeah.
It was just bitter cold. It was like the wind is going to take your face off.
Yeah.
But no snow. I would rather have snow. Do you like snow?
I do like snow.
We were talking about it at work. I love it when it snows because it just makes everything look so pretty. I don't know. It's just so like serene.
Yeah. It's nice to look at. It's a pain when you have to snow blow the driveway and stuff like that, which is stuff you don't have to worry about, but
you're right. I usually just have to drive in it.
Yeah.
So.
But it would have been nice to get out and try and snowboard. Are you going to stop punching the mic? It would be nice to get out and try and get you on a snowboard again.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen
so we can work on that
year.
goal of yours.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen this year.
According to Sal, he said that Blue Mountain's really good right now. I guess they're blowing a lot of snow, or it's probably colder up there, so they might actually be getting snow.
I mean, even if a lot of times they do blow snow.
Blue Mountain though is like, I'm pretty sure it's like $80 a lift ticket though. So just to get you on the mountain, it's over $100 probably.
You act like I'd be able to get on or off a lift.
I'm sure they have a magic carpet there, but it's just like, to me, it's so expensive to do that just to use
to learn. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure JT, her first time was at Blue Mountain. Not Blue Mountain. It was at Jack Frost Big Boulder, I think.
But she's also skied, right? She wasn't snowboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she fell. And hurt herself her first time that she went, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd she do?
I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
I mean, it's not like Jason.
Remember, my memory is quite terrible.
But it's not like Jason with his knee, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I forget what she hurt. I feel like she fell and hurt her hip or something.
Yeah.
But I don't remember exactly. But yeah, now she's a pro skier. Yeah. Not actually pro, but pretty good because she goes all the time with Jason.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I would like to learn to snowboard. I don't know. It's very intimidating.
Yeah. It's not to me. I mean, I just feel like...
You've been doing it since you were younger though.
Yeah, I feel like...
Is it intimidating when you watch volleyball players?
No.
Because
I know I'll never play a volleyball player that.
But you know what I mean? I look at that and I'm like, oh, that would be very fun and challenging. And you're just like, I'm never going to have to deal with that. But it's something that I'm used to.
Yeah.
Or dealing with medications or something like that.
I would never want to deal with medications.
I know. So, but it's hard to explain. I can't put it in a scenario that
I think
you would understand.
I think that it's hard for an adult to pick up snowboarding. I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's harder.
Yeah, you've told me. You said it's easier to just learn to ski.
I think it would be easier to learn how to ski.
But I don't want to learn how to ski.
Yeah. Well, maybe when you're at the gym, you should just practice getting up from your butt when your feet are strapped to a board. Because that's what you're going to be doing a lot. It actually gets easier the more advanced mountains you go on because it's more sloped, so it's easier to get up. But where you're on those bunny hills, it's impossible to get up from your butt, especially at our age. Well, no, probably not for normal people, but for somebody like me who is pretty out of shape, I always flip over to my knees to get up.
I was gonna say the overweightness does not help with that.
But yeah. I'm feeling a bit congested right now. I don't know if you can hear that through my voice, but
really,
I feel like I got more congested since I woke up.
I don't know what to tell you. Have you used your neti pot?
I have a few times. I might do it between now and the next recording to see if it'll clear me up a little bit.
Y'all, when Chris told me that the neti pot helps, he's like, once you can get over the feeling of drowning, then it's great.
And also the pain. There's a pain associated with it too.
I would not like to feel like I'm drowning or deal with pain that I'm inflicting on myself. I deal with that enough at the gym.
So I think a normal neti pot, Barry used to do a neti pot, and he probably still does. You tilt your head and it flows through
your sinuses.
I think my sinuses are so clogged that I don't think that's possible. I don't think I could depend on a natural flow. That's why I like the neti pot thing that I got is a squeeze bottle where you could literally force it through. And I think that's where a little bit of the pain comes from because it hits the back of your throat too. And you literally have to block off your throat because you don't, a normal neti pot, you lean forward and tilt your head. So it kind of makes a path through your sinuses where they tell you to keep your neck straight and you're standing totally upright not tilting your head and you're blowing through there, but it also goes to the back of your throat, and you kind of have to block off your throat. So you like hold your breath to block off your throat to make it go through. But I think it helps clear out.
That does not sound like fun in any sense of the word.
I don't think it's supposed to be fun.
That is not something I would put myself through at any point in time. It freaks me out.
Yeah, see, it's just these things in life. It's just like the bidet, right? Like,
oh my God. No, it's
there's
not.
things to make there's certain items in life that were designed to make daily tasks or your daily life better. So like a neti pot helps clear out your sinuses and everything. Yeah, it might be a little uncomfortable at first, but the benefits of it outweigh those negatives.
I'm be honest with you, I'm totally okay with my sinuses as they are.
Okay. And then also like a bidet, right?
I'm not power washing my asshole.
Okay. Well, you keep saying that, but
I told you I would try the bidet when you go get a pedicure with me.
That is the dumbest like trade-off thing.
Why is that a dumb trade-off?
Because I don't care to get a pedicure.
And I don't care to use the bidet.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just telling you, you're missing out on,
And you're missing out with the pedicure. You got a little foot massage and everything.
Yeah, nobody needs to see my toes and the calluses on my
Someone needs to
toe.
see your toes and try and figure out what the hell's going on with your
nail situation.
Yes, it's gross. You don't like, you know what? We're not even getting into it because it's so gross.
I'm just a dude,
Yeah, Ryan's a dude. He goes and gets pedicures.
I think he's done that like once.
It counts. He went once.
Okay.
You won't even do that.
It's just not worth the money to me.
Yes, dear.
The bidet is free. We already own it.
It's not free. You had to pay for it.
Yeah, it was like $30 though. No biggie.
Oh my gosh. Babu,
I got a
gonna
bidet.
do with Daddy?
I got a bidet, and then because I got my bidet, Ryan got a bidet, and him and his wife love it. Jamie loves it. You should talk to Jamie about it.
I'm not. I'm sticking.
And Jason and JT got one too.
I know they do.
And JT uses it, I think.
I don't care who else uses it. The entire world could use it.
I'm just saying there's a reason why, these people use it.
And I'm giving you the option that if you are so adamant about me using it.
I don't care about you using it.
You are adamant about me using it because every
you.
time it comes up, you're like, they use it and they use it. You're
I'm
always
just
trying
telling
to
you
convince
that
me
you're
to
missing
use
out.
it.
I'm just telling you you're missing out.
You're always trying to convince me to use it.
And I think Barry and Sydney are going to get one for their West Virginia place. They
You are
should.
constantly trying to convince me to use it. And I feel like because you are constantly trying to convince me, I feel that shows how enthusiastic you are for me to use it.
I think you're just you're missing out. And, I get a lot of crap from my parents about having a bidet. And they just, you don't know. I want somebody else on my side, You
act like you have no one on your side. You just listed off all the friends who've gotten one because you've gotten one.
Yeah, but none of those friends come to my, family.
And I'm telling
parties
you,
and stuff.
I am telling you what it will take.
When my parents go and, say things about my bidet at Christmas, I need somebody else on my side.
Okay, well, talk to Uncle Mike. Maybe he'll get one.
He does want one.
There you go.
Yeah, because
he'll be able
a
to
lot
defend you.
A lot of these people, they travel, they go to different countries. They've experienced this before. Barry went to Colorado, and his Airbnb had one. Which I feel like a bidet is a terrible idea for an Airbnb that needs to be cleaned between each, occupant. But
I don't know. That's above my pay grade. Just use freaking toilet paper.
We don't need to talk about bidets anymore.
You're the one who brought
I didn't mean to go down this whole path here, but man.
I was gonna say you're the one who brought it up. You're the one who started down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. I'm almost on my coffee.
How's that going?
It's good.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I mean, this is like my 5th or 6th day drinking just black coffee, so I'm getting pretty used to it.
Nice.
I think it's an acquired taste, just like beer and wine and stuff like that, which we have not yet drank any red wine.
Yeah, Chris wants to be a red wine drinker, and he wants to I think he just wants to dive in to like a red wine and
Yes.
just start drinking it. And I told him, because we both like sweet wines, and I was like, you're gonna have to like slowly work your way to the dry.
That's just not how I do things in life.
I've learned.
Yeah, so I more want to just get maybe like 2 or 3 bottles of like a red wine that's drier that like people would like with like a nice steak dinner. And then I'll just start having a glass a night until I get used to it, and then I like it.
Yeah. No.
Even if I don't like it, I'll just drink it, kind of like this. And then, it just becomes like, okay, now I look forward to having it.
That's messed up. I don't think that's how it should be.
But we all have our different methods of training our bodies.
Yes, that is true. Side note, that has nothing to do with anything. Going off on a crazy wild tangent. We should probably put our Christmas stuff away.
Yeah.
We still have our Christmas tree up.
Yep.
Christmas tree's still up. I have collected most of our winter decorations, but they are just kind of hanging out in the kitchen.
I do like this orientation for the podcast, though, as opposed to our old orientation. But yeah, we should probably put our Christmas stuff away.
Yeah.
I think we're probably the last people in the neighborhood to have our Christmas stuff out. Not our outside stuff.
Outside stuff was down before New Year's.
Not to sound like a creep, but like when you walk lava around the neighborhood, you know, a lot of people have these bay windows like we do. And during Christmas time, you could see a lot of Christmas trees and stuff. Well, there's not many Christmas trees anymore.
There aren't. There aren't.
And there hasn't been for like the last month.
Yeah. I mean, we've just been busy.
Yeah.
And I like having the Christmas tree up.
Christmas just felt a little different this year. I can't say why, but
it didn't feel like Christmas. However, at the same time, I do feel like taking down the Christmas tree just kind of removes some of the magic from the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Which is sad. I like magic.
All right. Well, if you have any fun stories or anything you want to share with us, any bidet stories, Jason?
Please don't. Please don't.
Send them over to diariesofworkingcouple@gmail.com. Or you could slide into our DMs at Diaries of Working Couple on Instagram. And until next coffee talk.
Bye, guys.
See ya.